How to make $10,000 a month trading. This is a full beginner's guide on exactly how to start making money trading, starting from the very basics. Let's get right into it. So first of all, what is trading? Trading involves buying and selling financial instruments like stocks, forex, and options to make a profit. So whenever you hear somebody say that they made a profit, it means that they bought something and then they sold it at a higher price. So this could be an options contract, this could be a stock, this could be a forex position, this could be a futures contract, this could even be crypto, right? So if you bought Bitcoin at $20,000 per coin and you sold Bitcoin at $40,000 per coin, you made a profit of $20,000. So trading involves buying and selling financial instruments. At its very basic level, that's what trading is. You're buying and selling something, hoping to make a profit. So how do you make money trading? You make money trading when the trade goes your way and you make a profit. So you can make money betting on the price to go up or down. So a lot of people will ask me, how do you make money when the price goes down? Making money when the price goes down is called shorting or taking a sell position. So you can do a few things. You can take a sell position or you can buy a put option, meaning you make money when the stock goes down. So right here, you can see that this is a short position I took based off a supply zone. So I made money when the price went down because I was selling. So basically, the best way to think about shorting is think about the opposite of buying. When I buy something, I immediately get it, and then I own the stock, and then I sell it, and I make a profit. When I'm shorting something, I'm borrowing shares, and then I'm buying back the shares, ideally at a lower price, and then I make the difference between where I shorted it and then where the stock is now. So you make that difference. So don't worry too much about shorting right now. I just want you to understand the concept. Why trade? Why are we doing any of this? Why is trading cool? Trading offers a ton of benefits. Me personally, I like to be able to do what I want, whenever I want, however I want. So I like to live life in a way where nobody can tell me what to do, where to be, what to wear, right? I like to pull up to restaurants wearing whatever I want. I like to eat whenever I want. I like to play whenever I want. I like to sleep whenever I want. So I like to do what I want. So trading allows me to do that. It also allows me to control how much money I make. The amount of money I make is purely dependent on the decisions I make when I sit in front of my computer. Now, when I used to work a job, the amount of money I made was determined purely by how much money my boss wanted me to make. I did not like this at all. I fucking hated this, if we're being honest. So for me, I said, okay, how can I design a life where I can do whatever I want, whenever I want? So I realized that trading would allow me to do this, so I started working on this skill for two reasons. The first reason was I genuinely found it interesting. I looked at the markets as a puzzle. I said, if I can solve this puzzle, I'm going to be very rich. The second part of this is that I genuinely just wanted to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I wanted freedom. I could not sleep because every single day I would be looking at people that had freedom and I would say, how do they do this? How do they do this? How do they do this? And I realized they developed a skill. And then once they mastered this skill, they allowed this skill to provide them consistent income. So I told myself, if I want to get into this club of people who live how they want, whenever they want, they can buy whatever they want, I'm going to have to master a skill. And I decided to master trading. So what asset class should you choose and how do you pick the correct broker? So there's five main assets you're going to be looking at: crypto, stocks, forex, futures, and options. So options is not really an asset class. It's a specific contract that's based on stocks, but just think stocks, forex, futures, crypto. So think of those four. So first of all, you're going to want to see what the regulations are in your country. So develop a good understanding of what is allowed in your country. I'm from the US, I'm in Miami. So basically, I mainly trade stocks. I mainly trade stocks and I trade futures. So I'm either trading options, contracts on stocks, or I'm trading futures. Recently, I've been trading a ton of futures, meaning I'm trading a contract on ES, ES meaning S&P 500. So technically, I am still trading stocks, but I'm trading a contract of a certain stock. So just think futures is what I trade. A lot of people in the Discord trade options, but me, I like to trade futures. So those are your two main asset classes in America. Now, a lot of people also trade crypto, right? Crypto can be really nice to trade, but if you're a complete beginner, I would recommend starting out with either futures or Forex. We also have people who trade Forex. Personally, I don't trade Forex as much just because I like to focus purely on trading futures and sometimes trading options. So how do you choose what asset class to trade? The first thing you're going to ask yourself is how much money do you have? If you have a lot of money, I would recommend investing in stocks or trading stocks. If you don't have as much money, I would recommend trying to get a futures funded account. A funded account is basically a company that allows you to pass a test. So you have to make a certain percentage gain on your account. Once you pass this test, they give you a live account, and then you're able to actually keep a percentage of the profits you make on this account. So If you don't have much money, I would be looking into getting a funded account or trying to scale up an account with options trading. But you are going to need a little bit of money to invest initially. If you don't have any money at all, if you're watching this and you say, RP, I have no dollars, I have $0 to my name, what do I do? Then you're actually still in luck. You can learn how to trade. You can practice with a paper account. And I actually recommend everyone starts practicing with a paper account too. We'll get into that a little bit later. But what asset class should you choose? You should ask yourself, what's allowed in my region? How much money do I have? And what brokers are going to support me to trade this asset class? So picking your broker will come down mainly to where you're based. So are you based in America? If you're based in America, you're going to want to be looking at brokers such as Webull, such as Tradeovate, such as Robinhood, right? If you're not based in America, you're going to have to do some research as to what brokers work for you. So what do you need to get started, right? So let's just say you're hearing me, you're understanding me, and you're like, how do I start this thing? How do I get started? So you're going to need two things: charting software or a charting platform. So this is what you use to look at the charts. This is what you use to determine what the price is trading at. This is what you use to analyze the charts. This is basically your best friend for understanding when to enter and exit a trade. Now, keep in mind, charting software is different from execution software. So execution software is what you're using to actually place the trades. So your broker. So Robinhood is a very popular broker in the United States. So a great way to think about this is this. So in the olden days, brokers were actually a establishment. So it was a place. So I would have to walk to the broker. I'd have to walk to the broker, give him money. He hands me a piece of paper, and that says that I own the stock. Now we have these handy dandy phones. So the broker can be on the phone. But in the olden days, your broker was an actual building that you would have to walk to, hand them money, they place the trade, they hand you a certificate that says you own the stock. But now on Robinhood, you just press a few buttons. So Robinhood, brokers, so Robinhood, Tradeovate, Webull, these are brokers. These are execution software. TradingView is a charting software. So charting software is what we use to look at the trades. Execution software is what you use to execute the trades, pair them together. Those are your tools for trading. So how do you set up a trading journal, and why do you need a trading journal? So a trading journal is something that's been very, very helpful in my journey. A lot of times, if you're new to trading, or even if you're just watching this as somebody who already trades but is not yet profitable, you will make the same mistake repeatedly. For me personally, I used to trade against the trend. So I used to take a trade and it used to either not work or work, and then I would take another trade and I would go against the trend. And I realized that over 80% of my losses would come from this mistake, would come from me trading against the trend. So I started journaling. I started writing. I started seriously considering why I'm entering and exiting each trade every single time I execute the trade. And what this allowed me to do is this allowed me to develop a very, very nice set of data. So I realized that I was making the same mistake, which was a strategic mistake, which was entering and trying to play against the trend. So when you're journaling, you have to focus on three main things. You have to focus on strategic wins or losses. So is this win based on your strategy? Technical wins or losses. So did you mark out a level wrong? Did you not look at the right place on the chart or something like that? And emotional wins or losses. So emotion will come down to you making a decision purely based on emotion. So let's say you were fearful because you just lost some money, so you didn't get into a trade, or you were overconfident and you actually stayed in the trade way too long, you were way too greedy, and you lost money. So strategic, technical, and emotional. And in Profit Insider Academy, I will actually be providing everybody with an exact copy of my journal, and it'll be a template for you to fill out every single time you take a trade. After you take the trade, come in, fill out the journal. So that'll be in Profit Insider Academy. We'll also have a full template on a trading plan. A trading plan is a set of conditions that need to be met before you take a trade. So a trading plan is for before you trade. The trading journal is for after you trade, and both of those will be provided in Profit Insider Academy. So now let's talk about my strategy. This is the part a lot of you have been waiting for. So liquidity. What is liquidity? Liquidity at its core means how easily can you buy or sell an asset. On the chart, this looks like areas on the chart where there's lots of movement, because all the market is an auction between buyers and sellers, bids and asks, two kinds of orders, bids and asks, right? So we'll be able to identify areas on the chart where there's likely to be more bids and more asks based on what price has done in the past. This will give us a better understanding of, okay, price did not go up here in the past, so that means there's a lot of buyers that are sitting around this order that are not yet in profit, or that are sitting around this level. There's a lot of buy orders sitting around this level that are not yet in profit. So what happens if price goes above this level? If price goes above this level, this means that buyers are now in profit, which then means they're going to be taking some profits, meaning they're selling. So then the price will come down a little bit. So everything is coordinated. There's a strategy. There is something that goes into every single move on the charts. None of this is random. This is all coordinated. And once you start to understand how this moves, the psychology behind how this moves, it becomes a lot easier. So how do banks use liquidity? So banks like to move lots of money early in the day. Banks have other things to do with their time. They are not day trading. So banks are just placing large orders to get in and out of the markets because they want liquidity. They just want money. So what they're doing is they're placing large trades early in the day. So as you can see right here, this was the New York Open. This is a crucial part of my strategy. Price opened right here, right? So there's a lot of sellers that came in right here. The banks came in right here, and there was a perfect short. So we caught this short inside of the Discord, obviously. If you're in the Discord, you know this is from a few months ago. And this is a prime example of liquidity because price opens right here, right? We form a bias. We say that we're shorting for the day or we're selling off for the day. So we have a bearish bias. Banks come in right here because some banks weren't able to get in on this short. So they get an amazing fill for their shorts. We got in right here. So we traded with the banks. We rode this all the way down. So that's how banks use liquidity. They use liquidity to take the prime trades on the charts, to take the best possible trades. Once we understand this, we can start trading with the banks and making money. So element 2, finding liquidity. So how do you find liquidity? Where is liquidity? So I just told you how important it was, but how do you find it? You need to look at opens, highs, and lows. This is where liquidity will be around. Around these opens, highs, and lows of either previous sessions or previous days, you will find two kinds of zones, supply zone and demand zone. A supply zone is where the price has been selling out, meaning there's a supply but there's no demand. A demand zone means an area where the price has been bouncing or the price has been moving up, where there's buyers. So demand basically just means people are interested and there's not supply. So low supply, high demand, price will go up. High supply, zero demand, price will go down, as you can see. So just a basic principle of supply and demand. And there is a lot more that goes into this and how exactly to find liquidity on the different time frames, but this is the basic overarching principle that I use to find liquidity on the charts every single day. So this is element 3 of my strategy. Element 3 is trends. So trends pretty much just mean the overall direction in which an asset price is moving. It can be going up, it can be going down, or it can be distributing or just staying flat, right? So just not much going on. So it's either going up, going down, or just kind of consolidating in a range, right? So how do you look for trade setups and what are the different types of trades? So there's 3 main different types of trades. There is scalp trading. Scalp trading means you're in and out of trades within 5 to 15 minutes. So this is what I like to do. When you see me on Instagram going in, out, that's scalp trading. I'm in and out within minutes. I like to take those small movements and I like to make a quick profit. That's what I like to do. Now there's day trading. Day trading means you're in the trade for a few hours, maybe even 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, but you're in the trade within a day, right? So a day trade. And then there's swing trading and investing. Swing trading means you're in the trade for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, sometimes even a few months. And investing means you're in the position for a few years, meaning you're buying and you're expecting the asset price to go up over a long period of time, whether this be years, decades, or sometimes even 50 to 100 years. And you can invest in all different kinds of things. You can invest in not just stocks, you can invest in real estate, you can invest in watches, all this different kind of stuff. But your main goal with investing is that the price will go up over an extended period of time. So how do you execute on setup? So you see a setup, you see an area of liquidity. How do you get in? How do you get out? So entering a trade is called an entry. So this is when you enter. So right here, we had a retest of the New York low, and I had my entry right here. So this is when I entered the trade because I saw price come down, retest this level, and price was not breaking above this level, so I entered this trade. This is my stop loss. My stop loss is an order type I have to prevent my loss. It's literally stopping my loss from getting any bigger. So whenever you hear the word stop loss, just think stopping my loss. So stop loss, stop my loss. Just write that down in your mind. And this is where my stop loss was, and this was where my take profit was. So take profit is an order placed with the broker to sell a security when it reaches a certain price. So I had my take profit right here. So that literally means what it says in the name. This is where I was taking my profits. This is where I was collecting the profit that I was up in that trade, which this specific trade was around $2,500. So this is where I was taking my profit. Mindset. So much of this is dependent on your mind. So much of this. And new traders often have such a hard time with this because there's so much confusion coming into this space. There's so much people making money. There's people making tons of money. And sometimes when you get into this And when you're new, it looks like everybody's making money except for you. And I know how that feels. And I sympathize for that heavily. So I'm going to talk about it right now. And I'm going to get a little personal here because when I first started trading, I was really lonely. I was lonely because it was just me and everybody was making money and I was not making any money. So I got into this really bad mindset of just trying to focus purely on money. I was not focusing on the strategy. I was not focusing on anything but the money. And you might be like, that's good. That's not good. Because what you need to do when you start trading is you need to focus on the process that will generate you the money. The money will come. When you're able to find an A plus setup every single week or even every single month, you will make money. So focus on the process. The process is finding great trades and executing on those trades flawlessly. You can focus on this process on a demo account. And once you focus on this process long enough on a demo account, you can start to get confident. You'll start to eliminate fear. You'll start to eliminate greed because you're confident in following your rules. So once you have this process of finding A plus setups, finding great trades, then you will take this process and you will apply it and you'll start making money. But the money is not going to come until you master the process. So please, please, please focus on the actions that will generate the money. Do not focus exclusively on the money. And I know it's hard to hear this because you're new and you want to make a ton of money. And I'm telling you, you can make a ton of money. But what you need to do is you need to focus on the process. You need to focus on building a great strategy, becoming part of a great community, learning from people who make sense, right? If you're watching this and you've seen some of my other videos or you've seen me explain something and you're like, this makes sense, good, right? Then continue to watch my content, continue to learn from me. Because if I make sense to you, you should be watching me. You shouldn't be watching 50 other people, right? And I'm not saying only watch me. If there's somebody else who makes sense to you, great. But so many people come to me and they're like, this stuff's so confusing. If something is confusing, do not watch it. Watch what makes sense to you. Watch people who make this simple. My goal with trading is to make it as simple as possible because I'm a guy that I like to sort things in my mind into really clear pictures of how the whole thing works so I can understand it. And when I first got into trading, it was so complicated and nobody made any sense. So my goal right now is to just make it very simple for you. So another thing you're going to need when you're trading is discipline. You're going to need to stick to your plan. So I talked about the template, right? If you're already a part of the academy, if you're already enrolled in the academy, you will be getting your trading plan template. The exact one I use, just tailored to you. It's blank, so you can use it. You need to follow your damn trading plan. So you're going to build your trading plan. That's going to be step one. Number two is going to be following your plan. And following your plan is actually the harder step because 99% of people have New Year's resolutions. And then the first day after New Year's, nobody's in the gym. Nobody's doing anything, right? Or the second day after New Year's. So the first day, everybody's in the gym and everybody's doing that. And then there's a statistic where it's like the second day of January, the third day of January, the gyms are empty as hell because people follow their plan for one day and then they stop. And that's why most people are not successful because most people have these ideas of where they want to be, but they're not willing to put in the fucking work. So I don't know how people think that they're even going to get close to achieving anything if they can't put in the work. So this is going to require some work on your part, and you're going to need to follow the rules that you set out for yourself. So this also includes controlling your emotions. You cannot be an emotional little baby if you're trying to do this. This will require the logical part of your mind to come out. So you're going to need to follow your strategy, stick to your rules, and control your emotions. And there is a full training on exactly how to do this inside of the academy. So now we're going to talk about some chart setups that are based on the RP strategy or my strategy, the liquidity strategy, whatever you want to call it. So this is a simple break and retest setup. So this setup, we were looking for one thing. We were looking for price to react off the New York Open. So we marked out the New York Open right here on the 15-minute. So this was the New York Open. This is where price opened, 8 a.m. We were looking for price to come up and retest it, right? Because we knew that there were a lot of buy orders sitting around here. So if price retests it, these buy orders are either going to get filled and price is going to continue to move up, or they're going to hit their stop loss and price is going to move down. So we saw right here the price broke through, came down, filled all these buy orders that didn't get filled initially on this move. We got into an entry and we had our take profit up here. So this is a simple break and retest setup. This is a bounce setup. This is a bounce. So we had a opening session of liquidity, right? So New York Open area of liquidity right here. You can see the price bounced off of this multiple times. We had this bounce here, we bounced again here, and then we had a buy order set up right here, right? Price came down, bounced off of this previous London low, which is also an area of liquidity, and then it bounced off this New York Open. So a lot of this stuff is very, very simple. And when you understand in detail how my strategy works, if you're a premium member already, you've seen the full courses on my strategy, so you know how this works. If you're not a premium member, you might understand my strategy a little bit, but there's still some components that are missing. And just to let you know, there is a full guide on my strategy inside of Premium. So if you're in Premium, you understand completely everything I just talked about in detail, right? So we're also going to talk about trends real quick. So this is an uptrend. So you can see an uptrend is we're able to identify an uptrend by one thing: low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So higher highs, higher lows. That's an uptrend. Downtrend, it's the exact opposite. So we have a high, we have a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it's the exact opposite of an uptrend. So now let's talk about Profit Insider Academy. You've been hearing me talk about Profit Insider Academy. What is this whole Profit Insider Academy thing? Let's talk about it. So Profit Insider Academy will include 20 plus hours of live education and Q&A with me and our other analysts. So it'll all be recorded for your convenience. You can watch this at any time. So basically, we have a full educational program. So we also have a full course inside of Profit Insider Academy that will be even more than the premium courses. It'll have even more content. It will go into even more detail, and it will break things down even more than we already have in the premium courses. So if you're somebody who really, really wants to understand trading, really wants to understand how to make money with it, this is definitely for you. And I'm going to show you what's inside of the course in this next slide. So stick with me. And one-on-one mentorship with RP Profits or myself. So that's me, right? So you get direct access to me for any questions, anything you need help with. I'll send you a friend request on Discord. I'll give you my Telegram. I'll give you my contact, whatever works for you. You can reach out to me whenever you have any questions or whenever you need help with anything. So we have over 5 hours of comprehensive courses. So you learn how Money Motive trades options, how I trade futures on a daily basis. So we have a full course, which is actually separate from the premium courses. The premium courses are already great, but this course will be interactive. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have the course, and then every week or every live session we do, we're going to go over topics from the course. So we're going to start at the basics and we're going to slowly move along. This way, you're able to watch the course and then you're able to interact with me, with other members of the Academy live, and we're able to just really make sure that information sticks, right? Because so much of this is just making sure the information sticks, talking to people about it, asking me questions, all that stuff. So we do have templates to build your own strategy. So we have a full template on how to build your trading plan. So what you're going to look for before you take a trade, and then we have a full template for how to build your trading journal. So these two things will give you exactly what you need to build a profitable strategy. And you'll have full access to a complete breakdown on my strategy. So you'll be able to look at my strategy. You'll be able to take this, build it into your own trading plan, build it into your own trading journal, and finally come over that hump of becoming profitable. I say hump because so many people are so close to becoming profitable. There's just a few little things they need, and they just need that little extra bit of support to finally reach that line to become profitable. So you also get lifetime access to premium Discord. So you'll have lifetime access to the premium Discord. Everything we do, you're just in for life if you are accepted into the Academy. And you will have an exclusive Discord chat for Academy members. So it'll be a separate private wing of the Discord for everybody in the Academy, just so they can discuss these concepts in detail with others who are in the Academy. So here's an outline of what's in the course. And mind you, this is all a pre-recorded course, but we'll be going over all of these topics on the live calls I will be doing with the students, with the members. So the basics. So what is trading and how we make money? Full video on that. What asset class should you trade? Full video. The tools. So every single app and website that you need for trading. And full training on mindset, right? This is a very long video of me explaining every single thing you need to master in order to have the mindset of a profitable trader. So this is my full strategy guide. So this is literally every single piece of my strategy in a course, in a video format, me breaking it down. I'm the one doing this whole course, so it's me breaking this all down for you. So building a trading journal plus trading plan. So I talk about how to build it, why to build it, and then I give you 2 templates for your trading journal and your trading plan. And I give you actually my first trading journal entry so you can see how I really incorporated that. And I talk about how it really changed my life, honestly. What is liquidity? So we talk about exactly what is liquidity, how to find it, whole video on where to find it, every single bit, what time frames to use, all that good stuff. We talk about trends. So how do you identify a trend? How do you trade with trends? Finding trade setups. So how do you actually go into the market, find these trades, identify these trades, take these trades, how to trade different markets, right? So how to look at Forex market, how to look at the options market, how to look at the crypto market with examples. These are all supplemented with examples. How to execute on setups, right? So how do you get in a setup? How do you get out of a setup? When should you get in? When should you get out? How to trade like the casino. The casino always makes money. We all know that. we all know that when we go to Vegas, when we go party, even when we go sports betting, the people who make money are the house. The people who make money is the casino. The people who make money are the banks. So I talk about how to trade like the casino, how to trade like the banks, how to actually use this math, use this logic that they use on us against them and make money. So it's really, really exciting, really cool module right there. And then I talk about probabilities and how trading is basically just a set of two probabilities, what these probabilities are, and how to use them to make a ton of money. We also have a full module on growing your account. So how to compound a trading account. So compound, if you don't know, it means earning money on money that you've already earned. So it's earning money on your investment and then also earning money on the profits from your investment. So this is how you grow a trading account. So if you have ever seen somebody grow a trading account from $1,000 to $10,000, 1,000 to 100,000, this is how they did it. They use these secrets that I outlined in this video. So we also talk about using the news to build a profitable long-term portfolio. So how do you look around, how do you look at what's happening, and how do you incorporate this into building a long-term investment portfolio? How to trade like a billionaire. This was my favorite lesson to make. And it really was interesting for me because I know a lot of billionaires. I'll say that right now. I know a lot of billionaires. I've worked with a lot of billionaires. I know how they think. I know why they do what they do. I know what they don't do. I know how they trade. And I've never talked to anybody about this besides a few of my close friends. But in this video, I revealed it all. I just revealed it all. I revealed how they think, what they look for. And some of it's going to surprise you. Some of it's stuff I can't say on YouTube, but I can say it on here. So how to trade like a billionaire, great lesson. And then how to trade like a billionaire, part 2. And then how to use the news to trade midterm options and how to make profits with options by using the news and how to do macro investing and all that good stuff. So we also have a whole module of just chart setups using the strategy, using my strategy. So it's literally just a bunch of chart setups going over why we entered, why we exited, all that good stuff. Then we have a break and retest setup live. So this is actually a recording of me live identifying a break and retest setup before and after so you can watch it. And then we talk about what's next, right? We have a whole video talking about what's next for the students because they're going to be on a path towards profitability. So it's not just going to be like the course and the videos and the live calls. Is actually going to be a full module and a full learning experience for them to continue learning. And I have a full plan for every single person to continue practicing, to continue learning, and then to eventually become profitable, right? So the academy is limited. So we're only going to be accepting 20 more people into the academy. So we already have some lifetime members who are already members of the academy, but we're only accepting 20 people. The reason we're only accepting 20 people is because we are going to be doing live calls. So I need to make sure that I can focus on everyone individually and I can provide everybody with the best possible experience. So we are only accepting 20 people. If you do want to apply, the link's in the description. So you have to fill out a little bit of a form. It's quick. It'll take you like 5 minutes max. And we are going to be accepting some people and we will be denying more people than we accept. So we will be denying people, but we are going to be accepting people. So if you want the best chance at getting accepted, fill this out right now. The quicker the better. The quicker the better, meaning we'll be able to see you. We'll be able to say, okay, this person meets the criteria. We're going to accept this person, or this person does not meet the criteria. But we are only accepting 20 people. So if you want to join the academy, the link is in the description. So I'll see you soon, and let's make some fucking money. Peace out.